watching how I move, cause I ain't built to lose. You can't tell me I ain't fly. I know I'm super fly.
Hey y'all, it's Kristen Dawn, aka your 4C chocolate drop. If you know, you know. Okay y'all, so today this is gonna be 10 things that nobody told me about getting box braids. So I'm gonna run through this super quickly because I'm sure y'all don't have all day and I don't either. So, okay, the first thing is, and I have it written down on my phone, so gotta love a privacy screen, y'all, gotta love it. Anywho, the first thing is, once you put oil on them, like when you first get them done, once you put oil on them, it feels so much better. And then a little trick is I put my oil in the refrigerator so it can be cold on my scalp, because my scalp was hurting, it was red, it was inflamed, it hurt. So I put my oil in the refrigerator and then put on my scalp, and y'all, it felt great. It loosened them up a little bit. Like, y'all just gotta try it if y'all get box braids. The second thing is, I just feel like when you get your hair done, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be tight, okay? Like, if you want it to last, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be tight. So, when she was doing my hair, she didn't do anything wrong at all. I loved her, loved the whole process. It was great. But it does hurt when you're getting it done. And they are pulling your hair very tightly to make the style look nice and neat and cute. But I did feel my strands, or a good chunk of my strands, breaking off or being pulled too tight or things like that. So just keep that in mind when you get box braids or just protective styles. Your hair is going to be pulled tight, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose some hair that you wouldn't have naturally lost right that second if you weren't getting that protective style. Okay, number 3. This one is kind of funny, but it's the honest truth. You feel like things are crawling on you all the time. Like, until you really get used to them, you still feel like things are crawling on you. So, like, I walked outside, I felt something on the back of my arm. I about dropped everything I was carrying, and then I looked down, and it was my hair. So, or I was riding in the car with my mom, and I did this to my hair, and her arm was right next to mine, and she about wrecked the car, thinking something was crawling on her. And I was like, it was my hair. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But it does feel like things are crawling on you all the time. Like, look at how far down this hair goes. Like, it feels like things are crawling on you. That's just all I can say about that. Okay. So, I don't remember what number this is, but so the next thing is, I feel like box braids are very unsanitary. Like, because y'all saw how long these are, right? Every time I go like this, or I move, or whatever, it's brushing up against things. And then I'm going back home and laying in my bed where this hair just brushed up against. Like, I changed everything, but you can't really change your hair. You can't take your hair off. So I just feel like it's kind of unsanitary. Just saying, because I went to the hospital and I was trying to really make sure that nothing, like, my hair didn't touch anything, and I feel like my hair still touched stuff. So, you know, my OCD self, I wouldn't put Germ-X on my hair, but that's besides the point. Like, I just feel like it's not very sanitary. So yeah. And then, like, it's always constantly rubbing up against things. You walk in a door, your hair hits the door that everybody done touched 5 million times. Like, it's just not sanitary to me. It's not. Okay. Okay, the next thing is, you cannot hide your scalp. So, because clearly it's parted so you can see your scalp very well. And if you're like me, my scalp is kind of dry sometimes, and especially with protective styles, and then, like, I get big old flakes and stuff. Like, literally my scalp will start peeling off. So I can't hide that. Like, even when you moisturize your hair, if that's just the kind of scalp you have, that's just the kind of scalp you have. And you're going to be able to see that very easily. So you can't hide that your scalp is dirty or is flaking or whatever. So number 6 is, I soaked my hair in apple cider vinegar, the one with the mother. And when I tell y'all, my hair did not itch at all. Like, at all. That stuff, it really helps braiding hair not itch you to death, because I thought I was just allergic to braiding hair, because when I used to get sew-ins, I would have them use some braiding hair when they braiding down the base part. So yeah, I just thought I was allergic to braiding hair because it used to itch me to death. My scalp would be red and inflamed and just horrible, but like itching so bad, like the second it goes in my hair. And I didn't have it with this, and the only thing that I changed was I soaked it in apple cider vinegar. I did a double soak, so I soaked it really good, rinsed it out, and then I soaked it again. And then y'all will see like this big white nasty looking film come on top, like start floating on top of the water from the hair. It's crazy, but I suggest everybody soak their hair in apple cider vinegar before you put it in your hair. Okay, the next one is, it feels heavy. Like your hair will feel heavy when it's wet. So I got in the pool a few times, and y'all, my hair felt so heavy. I was like, this ain't it. Especially when, like, okay, it got wet, but it was wet in a bun. That made it worse, because it was like everything was pulling my head back, and I was just like, this ain't it. But yeah. Okay, and I don't know if this happens for everybody, or this applies to everybody when they get box braids, but for me, my hair stayed pretty tight. Like, I've had this in for a month now, and I can't move it that much. I can't put my hair on top of my head. I don't know if my hair was just braided super tight, or if it's just I don't want to pull up my edges, so I'm not even gonna put any type of strain on anything, or what. But my hair is still relatively tight, which is why I am not doing a how to style box braids, because this is about all I've done. Or I tied it in the back, because my hair has just been too tight to be like putting it up in buns and doing certain things. Like, it was just too tight. Even when I would do a bun, it would be a super low bun, like it would be like right here. So yeah, I didn't put my hair up at all because it was just still super tight. So I don't know if box braids just stay tight for this long or what, but mine are still tight. Not tight to where they hurt necessarily, but tight to where I don't want to move them around a whole bunch, if that makes sense. And this one might start a little bit of controversy, but to me and my stylist, we both think that box braids should not stay in for longer than a month. So I was talking to her, and she was telling me that after a month, it hurts your hair more than it helps your hair. Because, you know, box braids, a protective style, they're supposed to, you know, help your hair grow and stay protected and tucked in and all that. But she told me that after a month, it doesn't really help your hair, like, because you're not moisturizing your hair good enough for it. Like, you cannot get all your strands when it's in box braids, okay? So you're not moisturizing your hair as well as you could be. You're not washing your scalp as well as you could be, because you just have to go around the box braids when you wash your scalp, right? Instead of just washing everything and make sure you get everything, you can only do so much when you have box braids in your hair. And then she also told me that even if you feel like your hair is pulling or tugging or not, it is. So the constant pulling and tugging on your hair is not super beneficial after a month. Like, I don't know how I can say this really better. Like, she said it better than this, but constant tugging and pulling on your hair, like pulling down, isn't helping your hair, okay? Like, for a month, okay, you know, it doesn't hurt it. But after a month and it's still pulling and that constant tension after a month, she said that it does more harm to your hair than good. And I completely agree with her. Like, when she was explaining it, I'm horrible at explaining things, so I don't know how I got on YouTube, but anywho, I'm horrible at explaining things. So, but when she was saying it, it made a lot of sense. So hence on why they don't even look that bad. Honestly, they're a little frizzy, but I can still keep these in, honestly. But she told me don't keep them in for longer than a month, and I'm not gonna keep them in for longer than a month. Okay, so lastly, I don't know how everybody will feel about this, but to me personally, when I first got my hair done, I could not sleep with a scarf on. Like, I tried it for 2 nights, sleeping with a scarf, and it hurt so bad that I just took the scarf off. And for like the first week week and a half, I did not sleep with a scarf on my head, because to me it hurt so much worse to have a scarf on my head, like pushing down on my box braids, that when they were that tight, that I was just like, you know what, bump the scarf, I'm not gonna use it. And it felt so much better. Like, it was so much better trying to sleep without a scarf on. So yeah, I was like, you know what, I don't even care if this lasts, I'm not gonna sit here and be a pain. Because y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know I love sleep. Like, if I don't get sleep or I don't get food, it's a wrap. Like, you do not want to be around me, you don't want to talk to me, nothing. Okay, so I was like, I have to get sleep. And yeah, not sleeping with a scarf on for like the first week and a half really helps. My hair, you know, just kind of settled. I don't know why it helped, but it helped, and it was great. Well, not great, because you're still not sleeping that greatly, but it was a lot better having my hair free on my pillow than tied down. So yeah. Alright, y'all, so this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, it's Kristen Dawn, aka your 4C Chocolate Drop. If you know, you know. Bye, y'all.
Watching how I move.